It's been a long time since I have posted anything. And remember, I don't like to post anything unless I actually have something to say. So, just been thinking about something that came across my mind this morning, particularly as I'm going through my own evolution as a person. And one of the things I want to briefly speak with you before the day comes to a final close, at least for me, is belief. Sometimes as we evolve and grow as people, we believe certain things, and a lot of times that we can have faith and belief in something happening, but just because it doesn't manifest when we want it or in the manner that we want it doesn't mean that we don't have faith. Lack of manifestation does not equal lack of faith. A lot of times as we evolve and grow through life, what we believe becomes strengthened through the fact that we don't see the manifestation in the way that we want it or when we want it. That's part of our growth. So I don't want you to think that you don't believe or that you don't have faith because something hasn't happened the way you wanted it to, or it didn't manifest the way or in the time that you thought that it should have. Just believe and know that what you believe is true and it's sound and it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, if it's supposed to happen, if it's in your best interest. A lot of times we want something that seems great, but everything that looks good to us is not good for us. And whether you believe in God or not, there's always something better out there. We just don't see it. We see what we want to see and not as things really are. And sometimes not getting what we want, on the other hand, turns out to be a blessing in disguise, because what we're believing for is probably the answer that we're receiving, because we need to wait a little bit longer. We need to grow a little bit more so that we can handle the types of things that we say that we want. You may be believing, God or whoever you believe in, for healing or for financial blessing or for a better job, or just, for health reasons, or just to feel better about yourself, to get over the emotional stress, strain, family, for a husband, a wife, marriage, or just so that you can have a better positive outlook on life overall. Whatever it is you're believing for, don't ever stop believing. Don't think that just because it hasn't manifested that it's not going to happen. There are people who wait a long time for certain things. If you read a lot of the stories in the Bible, a lot of those things that happened didn't happen just boom overnight. It took years. Things had to happen, and mostly it's because the person had to evolve and become the person that they needed to be in order to handle what was coming their way, or whatever it was. And so even if you look through history, people who became great people, pioneers, they didn't just wake up overnight. Some people can go to sleep one way and wake up another way. It happens. You might become an heir to somebody's fortune, but that doesn't happen for everyone. So you might be believing for something, but it may require something in you. It may require an evolution within yourself that says, you know what, in this process of me waiting, in this process of me believing for what I'm expecting, what is it that I need to work on in my evolution so that I can get to that point? And so it's the same way as, say, if you're an entrepreneur and you're in business and you're just believing that you're going to increase your clientele, you're going to get this angel investor. Well, what foundations do you need to lay in order to get that, to make it happen? Because the Bible says faith without works is dead. You can believe all that you want, but if you're not putting action behind what you believe, then it's kind of dead faith. There's nothing in the ground, there's nothing in the atmosphere, there's nothing out there that's going to trigger a response from the universe. Because it's just, I think it's one of those physics things that says there's a reaction for everything that happens out there. And so if you're not putting anything out there, you can't expect to get anything back. Now, if you've been sowing seeds and putting things out there and doing the work, don't give up. Don't think that because there hasn't been a return on that investment that it's not going to happen. Don't don't believe that. Don't buy into that lie that, oh, you put in all this work, it's not going to happen, you may as well quit. Because those who quit never get anywhere. So don't look at it as that. Just look at it as continue to sow your seeds, continue to do your part, do what you can. I don't care if it's saying affirmations every day. I don't care if it's hitting the street every day, knocking on doors, convincing people that your product, your service, or whatever is the best thing since sliced bread. Do the work. Keep doing the work. Don't ever give up, because a lot of times in business it's about resiliency. How resilient are you? Because when tough times come, and they will come, can you withstand those tough times? Are you willing to get out there, do the work, and fight for what you want in your business? It's the same thing as a person, whether it's for your marriage, your family, your children, or yourself as an individual. What is the work you need to put in to help bring about what you're looking for? A lot of the times what we're believing for is already locked up within inside of us. It's the potential, it's some type of value, some skill, something that's deep within us, that the universe, that God, whatever you believe in, is really just pushing to come out. So whatever's inside of you, and there's something inside of all of us, every single one of us, no person is immune. Every single one of us has something inside of us that's going to propel us to be the person that we need to be, so that we can handle those things that we're believing for. Whether if you're believing for healing, but you're not doing what the doctors say you need to do, then that's kind of an oxymoron, because you're going against the grain. Because whatever God you believe in, whether it's God the Father, whether it's Buddha, whether it doesn't matter. There are people on this earth that are in place. They have the knowledge to help bring about health and wellness. And so we have that wisdom, but if we're not using that wisdom to our advantage to help us grow and be the healthy person that we need to be, so that we can deal with these issues, then we're not doing our part. You can't be pre-diabetic and say, oh, I don't, and pray and just say, I believe that I'm going to be healed from diabetes, but you have a high fat diet, or you're constantly consuming excessive amounts of sugar every day. You lead a sedentary lifestyle. You're not getting exercise, even if it's not in the gym, and you're not doing calisthenics and aerobics and all that. But at least just get out and walking an hour a day or 30 minutes a day. If you're not doing anything with the knowledge that's out there to help you live a healthy life, you can't expect to get a return. And I'm not talking about a debilitating disease that comes about because it's something that's genetic. I'm just talking about just understanding that it's important sometimes for us to pay attention and do our part. And once you've done your part, all you can do is continue to believe, continue to have the faith, because I guarantee you at some point it is going to come back. You are going to get that return. It's going to manifest at some point. It might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. Take 10 years. You might wake up tomorrow and have the revelation that you need to manifest what you need, that you've been believing for 10 years. It's just a matter of keeping the faith, never giving up, and understanding that lack of manifestation does not mean you're not in faith. It's just an evolution of who you are. You probably need a lot more growth and development than you believe for the things that you are believing for. Because if you're not ready for it, then it's no longer good for you. It's just something that looks good to you. This is the Classified Lady signing off, sending you lots of love and light. Have a fantastic day. Until next time.